Guys, good evening. I'm just gonna go ahead and jump right in. You know, I went and got my hair cut last week, and she like messed my bangs up. I really did comb my hair today, I promise. I'm gonna be looking at the screen a lot. I've been really busy lately and also slightly lazy, and I didn't write my script until today, so I'm just gonna jump right in this, and I'm gonna be reading a lot, so I apologize for that. So last month, I kind of did a fair overview of the immune system. Carrie and I have since discussed that. It took a lot of time. There was a big time investment to do it like that. We just kind of concluded that we were just going to sort of dispense with that portion because of that time commitment. If you feel like that you really benefited from that video, let us know, because if you are benefiting from it, then it's worth the time investment. Honestly, we kind of felt that it wasn't because there was some interaction on the video, and it was a whole lot of fun for me. I had a great time. But there wasn't a ton of interaction, and only a couple of people really participated in the little homework assignment to win an oil. And the winner of that contest is actually, the oil was oregano. And my cousin, Denise Crow, won it. So when I'm over in the neighborhood, I will drop that by your house. Okay, so I just wanted to note also that this Sunday at my house at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, if you want to come, there is a healing oil of the Bibles class, and Carrie will be teaching that. So anyway, tonight I'm going to tell you just a little bit about the oils for the respiratory system. I'm going to compare 2 eucalyptuses also. Okay, so let's just jump right into it. First off, I'm going to talk about RC. This one comes in the kit, so virtually everybody in this group has this oil. I absolutely love this one. Back in the day when I first bought my very first kit, this was the very first oil that I bought outside the kit. Back then it wasn't in the kit. But the reason that I bought it, most of you guys kind of know the story about my husband and his long turn through the hospital with his pneumonia. I nearly lost him. So us having something to support his lung health became very, very important to me once I got him home and got him recovered. So I keep this one on hand all the time. I stock up during the summer because I know that right after the first of the year, this one tends to go out of stock. It's out of stock right now. So if you want to know why the creeping crud hits right after Christmas, go back and watch that first immune video from last month. So, and you'll learn kind of part of why everybody gets so sick right after Christmas. So, moving forward, while I'm doing these videos, I'm going to also sort of teach you how to use your reference books. Got a couple of them right here. So we're going to kind of look at these a little bit as we're going forward. Just so that you know, Appendix A is pretty, I know this is backwards for you guys, but both the back of version 6 and 7 of the pocket references both have Appendix A, and this is where you can find major body systems listed across the top, oils down the side, and they will kind of tell you what different oils are good for. That's in version 6, and I don't think I marked it very well. Maybe I did. But basically, like, say you wanted to know what purification was good for, you could just look for purification, go right across, and you would find out that it's good for the respiratory system right there. It's just it's kind of marked out in the table, so it makes it really easy to find things. So you can look up RC in version 7, which is the green copy. RC is on page 135. In version 6, the purple one, it's on page 170. In version 7, you kind of have, if you want to look up what the individual oils do, you'll have to look them up in the singles section because they didn't include the big lists with in version 7 like they did in version 6. I like version 6 better, but you know, it is what it is. Okay, so what makes RC so fantastic? Well, first off, it smells good. It smells really refreshing and good. It's kind of lemony to my nose. RC stands for respiratory care or respiratory comfort, whichever you like. It's great with coughs. Even chronic coughing can be helped with this. Colds, bronchitis, sore throats, sinusitis, combats lung infections, and helps relieve allergy symptoms. So this is a great one to have. I'm so glad this is in the kit. It's a very complex blend. So I'm just going to hit some of the highlights as far as the ingredients go. It does contain myrtle, which is great for thinning that mucus out. Helps with a lot of things with all that congestion is concerned. Eucalyptus globulus has been shown to be a powerful antimicrobial as well and an expectorant. Pine oil has been used since the days of Hippocrates to support that lung function. It's considered to be one of the best oils for bronchitis and pneumonia, so I'm really glad to have this one. It also has Eucalyptus citriodora. There are three kinds of eucalyptus in this one. We have globulus, radiata, citriodora. We also have lavender, cypress, which is one of my favorite oils. Cypress helps promote drainage really well, so I use that on my eustachian tubes because I have fluid behind my ears. So when I feel a lot of pressure, I put cypress right along there, and it helps drain my ears. It's great. It's also good for just general circulation of your blood, and also your lymph nodes and everything to get that system flowing. Okay, so how do you use this? 6 to 8 drops in the diffuser is usually pretty good. I like to rub it all over our rib cages whenever we feel like something might be, there might be a little uproar going on with the lungs or something potential. Like he's got a little sign of something going on. I'll just put some RC on his ribs, and I want to protect those lungs. It is possible, and also the bottoms of the feet too, not just the ribs. It's possible to have some skin sensitivity with this one because of that globulus that's in there. So it's fine to dilute it. You're not going to lose efficacy if you do that. So it'd be 1 part RC to 1 part carrier on adults. Now, a precaution. A lot of people advise not to use RC with kids or little babies. However, it is mentioned repeatedly in Deborah Rayburn's Gentle Babies book. Deborah has been around Young Living for years and years and years. She knows what she's doing, and I trust her. She's got a great book. I've got a copy of it someplace, but it's not handy. So anyway, in her book, she's got a lot of testimonials and a lot of different ways to use RC with the littles, but it's always heavily diluted. That book is available on Amazon. It's always, like I said, it's always heavily diluted. It's like 3 to 6 drops of carrier to 1 part of RC. So it's up to you as a parent if you want to use it on your kids. Just dilute it or use the diffuser and just keep an eye on them. You're a good parent, so you're going to do that anyway. Also, in the kit is Thieves, our beautiful, lovely Thieves. This is great respiratory support. This has Eucalyptus radiata in it. Along with our clove and our cinnamon, which is, both of those are present. Those are some of the most highly antimicrobial essential oils out there. Lemon and rosemary round out Thieves. This is a hot oil, so we do need to dilute this one on the skin. Maybe not so much on the bottoms of the feet. I would if I were putting it on a kid. On myself or on Vern, I don't really have to. We're pretty tough. It's great on the outside of the throat for soreness. I will put this under my tongue straight. If I've got a sore throat or something going on, kind of help my tonsils out, like we learned back in the immune video, how important those are, and to support them. And I'll swallow it slowly, and that will really do a lot for a sore throat. Okay? So, again, you don't lose efficacy when you dilute, so feel free to dilute. Okay? Up next is Breathe Again. This stuff is wonderful. This is a really nice roll-on. It's 10 milliliters. It's pre-diluted, so you can just roll it on and go. It's perfect for your purse or your pocket. It's sort of considered a supercharged RC, but it is quite a bit different than RC. This one contains some fractionated coconut oil as the carrier. It also contains another kind of eucalyptus that we haven't heard of before, and I think it's pronounced Stageriana. I think. That's what it spells out to be, Stageriana. It has a very lemony scent to me. That kind of eucalyptus is very gentle on the skin. It is an expectorant, antimicrobial, and anti-inflammatory. The globulus is great for skin issues like burns or bug bites. In this blend, it's here for its antiseptic action. This also has Laurus nobilis, which is bay laurel, commonly referred to as bay laurel. It's another great antimicrobial, antiparasitic. It's also great for nausea and digestive support. So if you got this stuff going on, you might have something going on with your tummy too, and this can help with that. Peppermint's another good digestive support oil. It's also in this as an anti-inflammatory. The menthol suppresses cough and clears lungs and sinuses. This stuff is awesome. At times when I don't have my cypress handy, but I do have this, I'll also use that just on those eustachians. It works really, really great. The menthol is one to watch on the little ones. It's possible for some kids, not all of them, but some kids, to kind of slow their breathing. So you just, got to watch them. I would probably not use Breathe Again on a little. I would probably use just a very diluted RC if I were going to do that. Okay, Eucalyptus radiata. I'm going to talk about that more later because I'm going to compare two eucalyptuses. This is a very complex blend. It does have one of my other favorite oils in here is copaiba, anti-inflammatory. You have it as a single in your kits. It also has blue cypress, and I am really excited because this month, with a qualifying 190 PV order on Essential Rewards, we get blue cypress for free. And I am really excited. I cannot wait to get this stuff. We'll also get some lime as well, which is great because I like that in my margaritas. I cannot wait to get this one. This one, blue cypress, actually increases the circulation and oxygenation of your brain. It stimulates the amygdala, the pineal and pituitary glands, and also the hypothalamus. So that is pretty exciting. I like that. I've never had it before by itself, and I'm really excited to get it. The last one in here is eucalyptus blue, which is used to combat colds and flu. Okay, so this, you just kind of roll it on your throat, on your neck, or your chest. You can do that every 15 to 30 minutes, like 4 times, and then give it a rest for a while. Maybe a couple of hours, give it a rest, and then you can have some more. So we talked a lot about eucalyptus already. I'm going to show you these two. This is Eucalyptus radiata, and this one is globulus. And a lot of people don't know the difference between these. We're going to talk about them just a little bit because it's kind of important to know this. When you look in your books, you're going to find that there's a lot of different kinds of eucalyptus listed in here. Both of these are in RC and Breathe Again. The radiata is in Thieves, okay, and this is important. Globulus is the most common, widely used eucalyptus in the world. It's also the strongest or the harshest. It's not that different between the two of them if you look at the constituent makeup, but there are some important differences I'm going to point out. Globulus originates in China. Radiata typically comes from Australia. Globulus is about 70 to 90% of this one constituent called you'll see it in your book, it'll say 1,8 cineol. That constituent is in radiata as well at about 60 to 75%. So 70 to 90%, 60 to 75%. It's possible to have globulus at 70% and radiata at 75%, making the radiata more harsh. But typically, that's not the case. That cineol is fantastic for respiratory support, but here's the controversy. In kids, again, some people say that is too harsh. The globulus, that much cineol is too harsh for the kids. I would probably agree with that if it's straight. They will even say that Thieves shouldn't be used on kids because of that. But what they don't understand is what the difference between these are. So one reason to really not avoid the Thieves knockoffs out there in the stores, globulus is a lot easier to come by from the brokerage houses. And could really potentially be much harsher. The radiata is not 1/5 of this bottle. It's about 10% of this bottle. So we have no idea what the other makers are doing. When they're knocking off our precious Thieves, we have no idea really what they're doing, what they're putting in there. They could be putting a whole lot of globulus in there and not much cinnamon, just enough to make it smell like cinnamon. So that could be a problem. So just stick with Young Living and you'll get your radiata and your Thieves and everything will be fine. Okay, so some of the other constituents are alpha-pinene. The globulus runs about 1.5%, or 1 to 5%. Radiata runs alpha-pinene about 2 to 6%. So there's some overlap there. They're pretty similar. Limonine's the same way. The I cannot say that word now. Globulus runs 6 to 9%, radiata 4 to 8%. Again, there's some overlap. It's very possible to have batches of these that are chemically very similar that way. So, but there is one huge difference. Radiata has an interesting list, does not have it at all. about 5 to 10%. It has a much more pleasant aroma. It's like almost a lilac or sort of slightly floral undertone to it. It smells so much better than the globulus. The globulus is so strong that if I smell it first before the radiata, I can't smell this one at all. It's just like it disappears. I'm smelling nothing because this is so strong. So the one constituent that really makes all the difference, because it not only smells nicer, but that terpenol is a much milder action in the body. Okay, so that's what makes Thieves really okay to use on kids, because it's got the radiata in it with that alpha terpenol. RC has both globulus and radiata, as does Breathe Again. Thieves, radiata only. I just wanted to point that out because there's a lot of eucalyptus types out there, and they're not all really harsh. Your book will really help you out on that. So that's really about it for the respiratory oils for tonight. There's a lot more. This is certainly not comprehensive. You'll see that when you look in Appendix A of your book. You'll see that this was not at all comprehensive. So next week, Carrie will be showcasing some of the other products for the system, so for the respiratory system. So you guys tune in for that. I hope this helped. You guys have a good night. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.